Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to the One Punch Podcast, live on YouTube or recorded on YouTube, also on iTunes and Stitcher Radio, with me, Bryan Lacey, alongside the most disgusting human being I've ever met in my life, Mr. Brad
You're welcome.
Pickett. There you go. Go on, tell him, mate. We were just talking about it. What just happened in this room, less than 3 feet away from my face?
I wouldn't be the only one out there. There's going to be someone else this has happened to before, but we was having a bit of a chat. I heard some news I got pretty excited about. Decided to whack one of my legs up like this.
Just like this.
And squeeze out a fart.
Didn't just squeeze out a fart though, did you, mate?
It sounded pretty bad, not going to lie. And I was like... Brian started laughing and he goes, "You better give that one a wipe." And I went, and I was like, "I think you're right." And
my God.
It wasn't just a wipe, it was a complete change.
It was a total change. Not only that, listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering how retirement for Brad Pickett is going, he needs a carer. He needs someone to look after his bowel movements and the lot. Because you also brought your pants in and held them up to the light to show me the exact. I don't know even what the exact.
It is weird. It wasn't like proper. I don't know.
Stop it.
Yeah. But I'm definitely not the last person to do this. Mate. But the worst time that happened, there's a little story for you.
These are the anecdotes. Right, welcome to the podcast. This is the sort of stuff. There's been big news. There's been a new interim champion in the UFC at middleweight. Justine Gaethje's arrived. Mayweather, McGregor press conference was last night. But we're going to kick this podcast off.
With more important news
on Brad's bowel movements.
No, there was one time I was at Ricardo Laborio's house. That's the guy who runs American Top Team, where we're having a poker night there. Me, Mike Brown, Masvidal, Soren Kakai. There's quite a few of us around there. But not like me. I was out. Not super early, but I was out at a certain time.
Out.
Yeah. And we were just watching some fights, and I decided, just to spice the mood up, I'd jump on Soren Kakai's head and squeeze out a massive fart on his head just to make it funny. With doing this,
it is funny already.
I squeezed out. I'm like, oh no, oh no. It was pretty bad, and I was like, what did I do? I'm on someone else's house.
Oh, you haven't got any change.
I'm not gonna change. I can't go change someone else's house. So I was like, I started sweating. Started around the boss of the boss's house. Not many people know this. I don't even know why I'm telling you on the podcast. But I went to the toilet, and I'll clean myself up, obviously, and then I took them off. Yeah. And I'm like, what am I going to do with them? What? I can't put them in the bin. I can't flush pants down the toilet.
Oh my God! Okay.
So I decided to put them in a plastic bag and take them out the front of the house and put them in the bin out the front. Oh my God. Walk back in the house if nothing happened.
Oh my God! Does he know you
no
shat
one
on
knows.
his head? Does he know you shat on his head? Does he know that you?
I let him know, and he found it funny afterwards. But that story was supposed to be kept pretty quiet.
Well, we'll see.
Not
we'll see.
use my brain. I've decided to let everyone
know. Well, you've let quite a few of our
shit happens.
Oh, look at that Justine Gaethje. Look at that. You see, that's what it's all about. Bring it back round to MMA. Well, we will let people know about that because we're on YouTube now as well, so you can see his face as you tell that. So first of all, thank you to those people that have subscribed, that checked out last week's video. We appreciate that. It's a growing little thing. We want to build that up with some extra content as well. So go on our YouTube channel, One Punch Pod on YouTube. Subscribe to that. Share the video. Just help us spread some love and anything else that Brad decides to spread during the podcast.
Share other things as well.
You're a giver. You're
I'm
a
giver.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Also, thank you to those people. We just had a little look at our reviews on iTunes as well. We are up to 37 5-star reviews, mate.
5 stars.
5-star all the way through. Look at this. Thoroughly entertaining. This is ravishing, Rick. Love listening to the... What?
Ravishing Rick Rude.
Rick Rude.
It was arrested, wasn't
Was it? I don't remember. You see, look at this. You're dropping knowledge as well as your
There you
pants.
go.
That's wicked. Great. Great to hear from two totally different perspectives on MMA. Shenanigans is my favourite part. Look at that, eh?
But was it favourite part from last week?
You were good last week. You were good last week. It's back to me this week, and I'm feeling the pressure. Another one, Lee Taylor, aka GB. This is brilliant. Found the podcast 2 weeks ago. I've listened to all the episodes. Great insight into MMA. Top banter. Love the Shenanigans segment. My new favourite podcast. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Dead cows to dead arms. This is Lee Silver Spider. Bloody brilliant podcast. Been on board since episode 1. It's going from strength to strength each week. Excellent chemistry between Brad and Bryan. Always gets jazzed. When you tease. But when a new episode, you always gets jazzed when it says jazzed when a new episode drops. Keep it going, lads. Nice one. Much love from Manchester, the UK. Look at that. And other ones, quality podcast, simply the best. Great listen for all fight cards. Great entertaining podcast. Recommend. This is the stuff we want. It makes us happy, and it also helps grow the podcast. So do us a favour pause this, go to iTunes, go to whatever you listen to this podcast on, give us a review, give us 5 lovely stars, and what we will also do is give away some prizes, I think, next week. Yep. What do you think?
We was giving away One Punch mugs, but unfortunately the person who did it kind of was hard to get hold of for a long time, but now they've been back in contact.
They're back.
And hopefully we should be getting some more One Punch mugs in soon, and we'll be sending them out to everyone.
We owe some people some, so we remember we owe you, so don't worry about that. Also, what ACB have said, because they're doing a card in July on the 22nd in Sheffield, they've got Thiago Silva defending his light heavyweight belt against Batraz Agnayev. Brendan Loughnan's taking on Bam Bam Pat Healy. They've said if we want to, we can give away some tickets. So this week, when you listen to the podcast, if you give us a review, stick your name in the bottom there, and we will choose from that. We will let you know via Brad's Twitter at @1_punch who's won that. We'll also put the people that have already reviewed the other 37 reviews. You'll be in there. You can either choose between 2 tickets to come and join us at Sheffield July 22nd, or we'll get a Frank Mir signed ACB glove for you to send out as well. So
a One Punch signed something.
A
One Punch signed T-shirt.
What about a One Punch signed? Look at this. We're going to package this at One Punch. Have you got any to hand, perchance?
Wait a minute. What? Oh. There we go.
Look at that, babe. It's a good T-shirt, though, mate. I got to say, it is a good T-shirt. So we'll sign.
Just got some new ones in.
I will sign one of them for you. We'll send you a.
Also available on my website.
What's your website? What's your website, mate?
www.onepunchpicket.com.
Perfect. Check it out there, and we will basically. So what should we do? Should on Thursday get your reviews in, and on Thursday we will make the draw. You can contact us the1punchpodcast@gmail.com. We'll put it all in the tweet for those winners, and we'll get those sent out to you, either the tickets or signed T-shirt from Brad and a signed glove from Mr. Frank Mir as well. So that's not a bad way to start the podcast, is it?
It is giving.
That's what we are, givers, from the thing. So you mentioned you were out with some of your American top teammates. I saw you were out for Corin Eaton's birthday. We should give him a little birthday shout out. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
There was a video of you and Nathaniel Wood, the Cage Warriors world champion, playing beer pong, and I will be honest, when the camera panned across to you look pissed, mate.
I don't ever drink.
That's what I mean. I've never seen you drink, and I was like, you do the funny eye thing. Give him the funny eye. That's it. But you turned from beer pong and you turned round and you looked absolutely smashed.
Funny eye was actually,
it was there. It was there, mate. So
well, obviously we go back to how it all started off. It was a surprise party for Corin. You know, Corin's such a lovely gentleman, and he does a lot of good things for everyone else.
What a dude! What a nice dude, man.
So it was nice.
Big love, Corin.
To give back and do a surprise party for him. So Neil,
so he didn't know it was happening.
No.
I love that. That's wicked.
So it was like Neil Patel. He's the guy who's been looking after me for years from my back.
Yeah,
and I introduced him to many of my colleagues.
Nathaniel as well.
Corin being one of them, because obviously in our sport we do need a lot of help, and he's helped us tremendously. And it was around his house. So what we did, we went to go do some strength conditioning in the morning at Locker 27, and on the way back, I was like, I think I'm.
Did you have to act? Do you have to do some acting, mate?
No, not too bad. I was
like, Go on.
Well, I don't need to act that my body's mangled because it always is mangled. So I just said, yeah, I think we're going to get a bit of treatment from Neil. And we drove. I don't know if anyone saw my Instagram story that day, but
I saw a couple of bits on
the
it,
way
mate.
there. Did you see the guy who was drunk?
No.
There was a guy absolutely slaughtered walking from the side of the road into the road, onto the pavement.
Jesus.
And this was 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm like, what has been going on?
Welcome to London.
What has been going on to get that slaughtered? But anyway, I managed to veer past him after filming him. And then we got to the Neil's house and then pretended to get some treatment. Neil told him to go outside with some boxes, and boom, there's all his family there.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
how cool is that? How cool is that? And go on, how pissed did you get? What were you drinking?
Jaeger bombs. But the thing is, right, we played beer pong, and I mean, I'm really competitive, but I don't know why. It was really hard.
Beer pong's hard,
Yeah,
mate. I
it's
played it in
tough.
America. So remind me, what do you have to do with beer pongs? You got
have to-
glasses set on either side in a
We had
triangle.
some like balls, and you have to try and get the balls in the cups the other side. If I get a ball in the cup the other side, they have to drink.
Okay.
And we're doing that, and like, yeah, it was not hard
You
enough.
looked hammered, mate.
But
You looked
it's-
absolutely
I went
hammered.
from 0 to hammered really quick, and then I actually sobered up pretty quick afterwards as well. Isn't like I probably lost, and I probably were in the space of like 15 minutes. I guess I've done like 6 shots
Jesus.
of Jaeger, and yeah.
Oh, Jaeger's hideous.
Hit me hard.
mate. Jaeger's hideous. So big happy birthday to Corin. That's not you hitting the alcohol. You're not going to do this slippery road that fighters do, are you?
No.
We're not going to have a Ricky Hatton on our hands.
No
any
chance.
cocaine up that nostril.
I don't think I'll be able to get any up, to be honest. It gets stuck halfway.
What a waste of a gram. There you go. So look, lots to talk about. Ninja Warrior as well. That's happening next week. Have you had any
This
fun?
Friday, not next week. It's this Friday.
This Friday, is it?
It's Friday.
Jesus,
Yeah,
man.
auditions. They told me to turn up there in my
Whatever-
kit. I would. My like
What you'd wear on the TV, yeah. What
Yeah.
you'd wear on the TV.
But I was thinking about they suggested because they knew who I was. Don't know why.
Look at that. I've heard the phone call. You got a fan at Ninja Warrior, mate.
But they said that I should go out there in my walkout attire, so
Okay.
like braces, drill bit. And I think that's a really cool idea. But I'm not going to be jumping and doing stuff with all that on. I can't, impossible. So I might walk out to the podium, whatever you do,
Yeah.
and strip down like I would do for a fight, and then go in.
And have your little trunkies
Yeah,
underneath.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
like it, mate. That's it.
something like that.
But do you know when I heard the message and he said, where he suggested come out in your braces and your vest and all that it gave me a little tingle just to be able to see that image again. You making a walk in that. That's cool, isn't it?
Well, I'm more afraid of this than fighting.
Really?
'Cause, this could be. I mean, imagine me. I do all this. It's all this big thing, and then literally, I think the first one's like step.
Yeah.
We've got some water. Imagine I just fell over on the first one.
I can imagine that.
You prick.
That's it. I can imagine that. It's all I'm hoping for. It's all I'm hoping for. I'm joking. Because I watched that you posted up the video that Katie Hunter took of you finishing the assault course we talked about in Spain when you went over to do Luke Barnett's.
Remember that? I don't know if anyone's seen that video. I think quite a few people have seen it on social media. Just let people know that was after an hour assault course.
Hour of not just assault, not just running up hills or anything. This is lifting tires, swinging through crap, climbing
it was
over shit.
tough.
Luke told me how competitive you were at that. Luke said he set off because they did it in 2-minute incremental starts, wasn't it? So him and his partner went and set off 2 minutes ahead of you, and he said all he could hear behind him was like the sound of a dog chasing him down, and that's. And I can imagine it, but he said you passed him, and he said he was so impressed. But check it out. I think it's on your Instagram. Is it on your Instagram or your Facebook page?
Yeah, my Instagram.
Instagram. Go on his Instagram at @1_punch, and you'll see exactly what he does and exactly why he should be on Ninja Warrior. I'm so excited about that. Did Bargain Hunt phone?
No.
Do you know how gutted I am? I've been waiting for you to send me a message.
I had one phone call twice, which I've just missed, but I didn't want to call it back. Because it says it's from Tunisia,
That's bargain hunt in Tunisia. That's right.
I'm pretty sure that's not anyone, and that's one of those fake dodgy calls.
It could be. You should answer it anyway. I think you should answer it just in case it's David Dickinson on holiday and he's phoning you from there. So keep us posted on that. Come on, hashtag One Punch Ninja. Give him some support. Friday, you're gonna Instagram the whole lot so we can see it. I don't know whether you'll be allowed to in the auditions or not.
I really don't know, but obviously, me and my social media.
You'll sneak a little bit. You'll sneak a little number
even if
in
it's
there.
just like a selfie in the toilet. Moving on.
I just snotted then. That's not that. We're disgusting, aren't we? Look at why are you even listening or watching us. So let's move on. Let's see. We've got to talk about this. Like last night, I watched it happen live. Did you watch the McGregor Mayweather press conference?
I did. I found the whole thing kind of peculiar.
It was weird.
It was really weird.
It felt because they surprised Conor by he didn't even know that he was going to be walking out. So he's in front of 20,000 people. This is in LA. They send him out there. He's got no idea what the format is. He's expecting it to be, from what I understand, similar to a UFC one.
Yeah,
so
like a media scrum.
Just a media scrum afterwards, but on a just all sat together, getting asked questions or speaking to each other. But it was what it was clever by Mayweather's team, because they didn't tell Conor what he was up to. They didn't tell Conor how it would run, and they protected Mayweather because there was no, apart from the face-off.
I don't know if it was clever by them, because it would have been clever by them. I think Mayweather shouldn't have said anything, because he sounded. He kind of. I don't know how he made so much money. Only for his fighting ability, because I don't know. I used to thought he was good at selling fights, but he came across pretty bad.
He did.
Hard work. Hard work. Every time he got stuck by something, and he'll say something stupid, and you hear Conor McGregor in the background just heckling all the time. He'll just turn around and go, hard work, hard work.
And then he gets $100 million check out. Now, this is the thing I get. Obviously, he said, bring me my rucksack, and he pulls out.
I hope a gun was going to come out.
Jesus Christ, could you imagine that? Just mows down. Oh dear. So I was expecting him to start taking cash out and just throwing it.
That's what I thought.
I thought, because he's got a big rucksack, this Louis Vuitton rucksack, and then he pulls out a piece of paper, a check, which is $100 million on it. Now, I'm not a banker. I'm not even the rhyming slang for a banker. Piss off. I could see the cogs turning there. But I can write a check for
$100 million. That's what I was thinking.
I can hold it up and go, I've got $100 million. And as long as I tear it up and burn it, even if I tried to cash it, I couldn't cash it.
It'll bounce.
Yeah, it will bounce quite a lot in my account.
I just found, for me, already in the media side of things, it's 1-0 McGregor, because I think McGregor smashed him.
1-0. His suit was so cool. Because you didn't know this, that it was actually a fuck you suit, did you?
Yeah, I heard him say it, but I didn't see that.
So he's got this new line of clothes coming out with his tailor and him are bringing this out, and so it looks like a pinstripe. Most of you will have seen the image, but when you zoom in close to the pinstripe is made up of the words "fuck you" all over the suit. It's beautiful. I want a fuck you suit. It is that cool. But I thought he carried himself better. I thought he played the crowd better. He didn't know he had to make a speech. I thought he looked good. He didn't look uncomfortable, even though they shoved him out there for ages. And I just think Mayweather, because now Conor knows what it's going to be like. He'll be prepared for that.
Of course.
We've got is it 3 or 4 more press conferences?
I've got another one today.
Yeah.
I can't remember what. That's somewhere else in
Toronto
America.
or so. They've got
Canada.
So they've got another one in America, and then they've got Toronto, and then is it London? Is it just 4 places?
It's London on Friday.
Yeah. Okay. London Friday.
Wembley Arena.
Okay, that's going to be nuts. I can't believe they've missed a trick though, not doing Dublin. They've missed a trick not doing Dublin.
They didn't miss a trick. They just decided not to go there.
Yeah, they avoided it. But
they saw the Aldo one and was like, nope,
no, thank you.
They
put the tickets for the Friday one up online, and they were gone within 2 or 3 minutes or something. And that's 15,000 tickets. This shows the selling of this fight, of this man. And what impressed me as well with Conor out in LA, I was thinking maybe that might be a 50-50 audience. They were all Conor. That was it. Whenever the camera shot onto him, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, fair play to him. Just with his character alone is this is what made this fight happen. You know, like to even just I can't still now. I have to pinch myself to think. This is actually happening. It's
happening, mate. Remember we were talking about this. This must have been 6-8 months ago when the rumours were starting.
And you know what's even more? Since the fight ages ago, you think, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Now it's happening, and you think, how's the fight going to go? You're like, of course, Mayweather's just going to. Yeah. Now it's even more now. I'm thinking, you know what? I think it's. I think I can feel something McGregor. You know, like you know. And people made me laugh a lot in the press conference is when Mayweather started shadowboxing, giving us that.
Yeah.
And you just heard Mayweather, dance with me, boy, and he started pretending to throw dollars on the floor. And you saw Mayweather do this and he stopped him and best get.
That was brilliant. There was the other bit as well. This because McGregor talked about the gloves, the boxing gloves they asked for. He said, "Okay, we've given into all these stipulations. We've given into
10-ounce gloves,
10-ounce gloves, not made in Mexico, which I don't know what difference that makes.
Not be horsehair.
Mexico.
I think Mexico because Mexican make gloves are like Cleo Reyes and stuff like that. They're supposed to be what they call punches gloves. Don't know why they say that, but something to do with the build on them.
Really?
Yeah.
So there is, because I just thought it was a bit of racism from Mayweather there. That's not having any of those Mexican shit gloves in, and no tortillas in the stadium either. But then Mayweather said the thing. He said, "I'll fight you in a cage, 8-ounce gloves, 4-ounce gloves."
He came across stupid. He's talking shit.
Well, he wouldn't like, and this is the thing, McGregor. This because you talked about that, you suddenly start believing that this could. Because I believe this could happen. Like, and McGregor said, "Well, I'm going to finish him within 4 rounds." Got me tingling a little bit that. Yeah. But then he also said that if this was an MMA fight, it would be done in less than a round, which is a fact.
Which I agree.
Absolute fact.
I agree.
There's no.
It's a 5-minute round. Yeah.
But with Mayweather saying that, coming out and actually in the press conference saying 4-ounce gloves, 8-ounce gloves, whatever you want in a cage, he'll never do it. He'll never do it. Will he?
Yeah, he come across stupid, you know, and then when he started feeling a little bit uncomfortable, hard work, dedication. That's what he came back out with.
Hard work. Yeah. And what do you think of his tracksuit? Because McGregor. That was funny. And also just the whole thing with the IRS, like he's now said he's got, I don't know what his tax bill is. This bloke is supposed to be worth over $700 million.
Apparently he's got a tax bill of 100. He's got a tax bill he has to pay of 100 million.
Jesus. Yeah. And he's asked, but this is perfect because when it was coming into the press conferences, I was wondering what angle McGregor would take, because there's been so quiet on the run up to this. Usually there's been so much other news going on, but then as soon as the IRS things dropped and then it's apparently Mayweather's asked to stall his payments till after the McGregor fight, I thought, well, there you go, this just set McGregor up for that. And
I don't know if you saw some of the other things behind this. I saw I think it was this morning. I find the banter between McGregor and Mayweather Senior,
Jeff,
way more entertaining.
Yeah, because they did the press conferences afterwards where they individually had a chance with the media, and then for Floyd, it was standard stuff, usual questions coming in. But then for McGregor, Jeff Mayweather came in shadowboxing himself, showing he has got a quick jabs though, mate. He was legit. Quick. When you look back at the fights he had years ago, he was a serious, obviously a.
I remember seeing do some. I don't know if you've ever seen this other internet sensation guy, Charlie Zelenoff, Charlie Z.
No.
Alright, no. Okay. Check this guy out.
Okay.
He's a self-proclaimed world champion.
Okay.
He's like 247-0.
Of course he is.
In street fights.
No.
But he films them.
Oh, wow.
But this is how he becomes... If you know who I'm talking about, you're going to laugh your head off. But if you don't know, you're welcome. If you want... if you want to
I don't know. This is awesome.
If you want some YouTube gold, go check out Charlie Zelenoff, right?
Okay.
He randomly goes up to someone in a fitness first or like a Gold's Gym and goes,
okay,
fancy doing a little bit of sparring kind of thing, and you see the people like, no, we on about, no way.
Okay.
And he's like, I'll give you good. Oh, cool. So they put on some gloves. Let's go. Boom! He tries to knock their head off. And then you see quite a few of them, they're like, what the hell are you doing? you're mental. And he's like, you done? And he's like, yeah, of course I'm done. I'm like, he's like, he walks off like this. Yeah. 267-0. This is his legit wins.
I cannot wait to watch that. That is fucking awesome. But yeah, it was for me. It was a weird press conference. I think it was not what we were all expecting. I think it was done to shield Mayweather. But watching the next 4 or 3 or how many we've got left till the Friday one in London, that's going to be the interesting journey to see.
Going to Friday? You going to the Friday one?
Are you going?
I'm trying to talk to the boss a bit more about it, but I'll definitely
The boss?
The wife.
Dana White? Oh no, the wife.
That's the real boss in my house.
That's hilarious. So what we're going to have to do now, because we are videoing on YouTube, for some reason, I've told you this, that it cut out on the last one, and I found out there's a stupid rule that because we film on a camera that is a DSLR camera, very boring, you don't need to know this, when it gets to 30 minutes, it automatically stops, because if it films any further over that, it would be subject to taxes of a camcorder type electrical piece of equipment. So
it's very important knowledge for you. So you're welcome.
You're welcome. So we will jump straight back in with we've got to talk about UFC 213, Nunes, tough finale, Justin Gaethje, listener questions, Shenanigans, and obviously the world record we got to cram in. So bear with us. You don't have to go anywhere. It's going to switch straight over. Yeah, so let's carry on. That's nothing will have changed for you, but we've just reset. In that amount of time, we will report Brad has not shit himself. Charlie Zeninoff?
Just trying to entertain myself.
You just literally went into your own little world. I love that. Charlie Zeninoff, how do you
Charlie
say?
Charlie
Z. Z has not entered the room and challenged either of us to a fight, but we would take you, Charlie, if you want to watch this. And
I'd love to see you versus Charlie Zeninoff.
Let's get that on. You do Ninja Warrior, I'll take on Charlie Z. How's that
Mate,
sound?
I'm all up for that, 100%.
So let's talk about the weekend of fights. 2 events going on.
Yeah.
Big news around them as well. So let's start with the UFC 213. This is one I'm interested to talk to you about, because you know Nunes, you've obviously come from the same camp, American Top Team. She weighed in on the Friday, went to hospital on the Saturday, didn't feel well. She said she had a problem with sinusitis for a long time during her fight career. Apparently she was cleared to fight. This is something that Dana White revealed, and but she chose not to fight. So that's, for me, it's just disappointing that Dana White would come out and say something like that when you got a champion there. And if she's gone to hospital, alarm bells are ringing already. You don't go to hospital for no reason, especially if you've done a whole fight camp, you've weighed in, you've done all that. I mean, what's your take on that whole main event coming off?
Obviously, I'm gutted. I would like to see that, but obviously, again, fighter's safety is paramount. But I think it's really hard. I think fighting is very psychological.
Dana White, I think he listens to our podcast. Did you hear him in his thing? He said fighting is 90% mental, 10% physical. Now, listen, Dana, thanks for tuning in, but could you at least give us a shout out, give Brad a little bit of respect and nudge in his direction that you're getting that sort of quality quote from.
But it 100% is. So sometimes if you're not surrounded around the right people, sometimes they keep you stable. Especially when you're cutting weight, you get these demons in your head, and stuff like that. Sometimes they could overtake you, and you can physically make yourself sick. Like you may not be sick, but you can make yourself sick psychologically. I'm not saying that she didn't have the right people around, but just saying, it's hard to really tell the situation around
if you're outside. You don't know what's got.
Sitting here on my couch, so it's really hard to say that. But you're right. It is a strange kind of angle where Dana White openly says, she was fit to fight, she decided not to fight. Because that kind of that'll get the fans backs up, and then also in future reference, that's going to affect Amanda mentally as well.
It's crazy that, isn't it? I just think like I just think it's a nut situation. I think that is a great fight. I don't think she's scared of that fight. I think obviously it's a tough challenge, but to say she's been through a fight camp and all that, she won't want to come out of that. She's not going to get paid for that. It's very unlikely. I think Shevchenko got paid her show money, not a win money. But Nunes that's a lot of money to lose. That whole fight camp, all that goes into it as well.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, also you never know what's going on in someone in their fight camp. You don't know if she had a good fight camp. You don't know how she's been feeling. She maybe was trying to find a way out. You never know these sort of things. You know what I mean? Like, we could always sit on the outside and speculate unless you're right next to her.
Yeah.
Or even something, you could be right next to her and not know what's going on inside someone's head. So,
sure.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see what he's going to be next for her, you know.
Well, apparently
I think
September they're looking at.
But I think now with how that's happened, they won't put her as the main event.
No, Dana White's come out and said she'll never main event for him. But he said that about John Jones, and now he's main event into 214. So Robert Whittaker took the main event slot against Yoel Romero. Now the new interim champ. What a fight that was! What a fight that was!
It was a really, really good fight. You know, like kind of like went how I thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Well, that first kick, man. That first kick on the knee when
that looked naughty.
That was naughty. That's my least favourite kick in MMA.
That's one of those moves that I think should be banned. You know, I think it's a very spiteful kind of move. It's gonna just cause really bad injury. You know, and for me, it's like foot stomps as well. I don't like those either.
They're horrible, aren't they? They're horrible.
Dirty move, you know. Who was doing foot stomps that night as well?
It was the night before against Mark Diakiese, the guy. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah. But Whittaker takes that. But Bisping got in the cage, threw his belt, that tore up the Cuban flag during the thing. And it looks like, well, I think the GSP fight will still happen with Bisping. I still think that'll go down. But if not, him versus Mr. Robert Whittaker.
This is the thing, right? I like Bisping. But that whole scene, what happened, was just like...
My favourite bit was Dana White chased, as soon as he dropped the belt, running in there to grab it straight after him like he'd dropped some change or something like that.
But it was just like... Bisping wants to be a nice guy. He wants to portray himself as a nice guy, but then also he wants to create a bit of beef and that to sell, because he knows that also sells pay-per-views. Yeah. But what Whittaker said, obviously would like to talk some crap, but that was a really, really close, great. It was a really good fight.
It was a great fight.
So it's hard to come in talking crap.
Yeah.
And he said it as well. I really want to come in talking crap. That was a really good fight. So then you just have to make something up and you go, but you call that's a belt. That's not a belt. This is a belt.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Belt, slam the belt on the floor, and then just storm off. It's just like. And you just saw, Whittaker, it was so funny. He goes,
"Can I have that?
Do you want that? Can I have that belt? I have that belt as well, mate. Thanks." It was quite. I found it comical.
It's comical. It is comical. But we got a new interim champion. I thought that was an awesome fight. Let's talk about. We mentioned Mark Diakiese. Obviously, we had him on the podcast last week. Came up against a very tough opponent. Much tougher than I thought he was going to be. To be honest, Drakkar close. And again, like the leg kick with Romero was something that right at the start affected Whittaker in his fight. The 2 or 3 leg kicks that close through Mark Diakiese right at the start on his lead leg, they changed the game, and that was the first 3 shots. And then from there, Drakkar was tough and managed to get the win over Diakiese. Disappointing, but it doesn't stop how talented that Mark Diakiese is, does it?
I've spoke to Mark since this, and like, you learn a lot from a loss. 100%, you learn a lot, because the reason you learn a lot is because you know things need to change. You're not perfect, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Mark thought he was perfect, but you know that there's improvement to make. When you're winning all the time, I guess it's sometimes like, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. You don't really try and mend those holes in your game, but when you do lose, you're like, there's definitely a hole there because I lost. But by far this is not the end of Mark. This, like you say, could easily make him, I think, and this is the nature of this sport. Is so many times, so many ways of winning and losing. It's not like a boxing match.
Well, look at some of the greatest fighters that have lost and come back even stronger. George St. Pierre, BJ Penn as well. You can go back.
BJ Penn's got a lot of losses.
He's got quite a few losses, but when you look at early in his career, when he took it, he came back and he became one of the greatest of all time. Loads of people have had a loss and they've come back stronger, better.
Just even most recently, what people can think about is Conor McGregor. No one thinks about his loss. No one even registers. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even register anymore, does it? Sense. You don't define a man by his loss. You define what he does after his loss.
Yeah.
So
Mark will be back. Mark is so talented, and also his mindset is amazing. That'll eat away at him, but it'll drive him as well. The other thing I noticed on that, because he's got closest coming from Drakkar closest coming from the MMA lab. So he's got John Crouch in his corner. He's got Benson Henderson. Do you listen to them when they use code words for moves and certain attacks? Do you hear that?
No.
So during the fight, he got his leg kicked, and then during the fight, Benson Henderson, who's so loud in the corner, you can hear him shout, "Team Alpha Male, Uriah Faber." So he shouts these things, which is code words for certain attacks. So Uriah Faber, I'm guessing, is leg kicks because of Faber and Aldo or something. They disguise what they want him to do by using these codes. Now, my favourite ever one of those was up against the cage. I've forgotten who was fighting, but up against the cage, they wanted him to go for a single leg. So they shouted out Joe Riggs, which is one of their teammates, Joe Riggs, who the week before had cleaned his gun and shot himself through the leg. So the code word for single leg was Joe Riggs, and I loved that. I was listening to him. That's why I listened out for it, because they've got all these little code words and these little things. So go back to the fight, you'll hear him shouting.
Nah, man, that's quite interesting. I might go back just to listen to see what comes
It's cool,
up.
but I love that. Did you ever have anyone that Mike Brown disguise anything, or did you have any codes for any of your special moves?
Well, no, we talked about, we do have moves, like we're calling another fight. Like one of my takedowns against the cage was like the Maynard. It's like, is a great Maynard.
So you use names as well. That's cool. Yeah.
But it's with reference to like a certain takedown that we've seen a guy do. And
okay.
That's do the great Maynard.
Do the great Maynard. There you go.
See, that's what you do. Yeah.
Wicked. Yeah. There you go. I like that. So let's talk about one of the greatest UFC debuts of all time, Justine Gaethje at the headline fight. It's just like this. I'm lost for words. I've watched that fight twice now. First time I watched it, it was everything I wanted it to be and more. When you think of Justin Gaethje, and you said he's got like this world class wrestling, but he just smothered Johnson, didn't he?
And like I said, if for the fans out there, a lot of people won't even know who Justin Gaethje is. I've seen him. We talked about him before. He's been around a long time, and that fight you saw. That's
a Justin Gaethje fight.
He fights like that every time, you know.
This is the thing as well. He says, "I don't care about brain damage." He
obviously doesn't.
That's a direct quote from him. This isn't me just sort of paraphrasing. He said, "I do not care about brain damage." His nickname's the Highlight. He wants to go out there, do it, but. Like it's quite a disturbing thing to see somebody fight like that, and he takes shots like that in a lot of his fights. That is not when he got caught twice by Johnson with the uppercut and with that left hand. That is not unusual to see him rocked that badly in a fight. But it's got to be. And I was watching it thinking, you said it. The styles are very similar between you two. But you got to worry about It's going to be you've got to worry about that.
I done a tweet that night saying, for the people who don't know Justin Gaethje, he's 17-0, 18-0 now, and every fight is like that.
Yeah,
he's so fun to watch unless you're his mother. And I had a tweet from his wife saying it's not fun to watch either when you're his wife, and I had a tweet from his mother as well. They both tweeted me.
Jesus,
it's quite funny.
But what a debut, and took out Johnson. The finish was stunning as well. Really impressive finish. And now it's about who he fights next. And there's this that division. That division is so full of wonderful matchups for him. Melendez, Alvarez, what's his name? Barboza, Tony Ferguson. You could just keep listing. Nate Khabib. Diaz, Conor McGregor, Khabib. You can just keep listing these monsters, and every single one. And he says it himself. That all my fights are like that. Every single one that you imagine gets you excited to think about him facing any of them.
It's like one of the. he's one side of the coin, so that side of the coin is always going to be exciting, you know. So like, it doesn't matter what the other side of the coin is going to be. Don't get me wrong. If you get two sides of the coin that are really exciting, you can have a crazy good fight, you know. But I don't know how the fight would be against, say, like a Khabib.
Yeah,
you know.
But he has got that wrestling. That's
yeah, exactly.
That is the thing.
So that for me, it'd be interesting. But like he said, he just wants to meet his equal. You know.
I loved that as well.
Yeah.
Show me my equal.
Show me my equal.
Show me my equal. Let's do some listener questions. There was the 2 great events. Oh, this is a great one. This is an awesome question. Look at I like
how much I bench.
Not enough.
All right.
Not enough. This is great. This is what I love. This we get some awesome questions from our listeners. This is a regular listener cannot come up with a username. With both of you being grizzled vets of the MMA business, I'd like to ask, what is your favourite sweep? What your go-to guard pass, and your favourite submission? So, go on. What have you got? A favourite sweep?
A favourite sweep is because I don't get put on my back.
I get put on my back quite a lot,
so I don't really have a favourite sweep.
No, even to watch, even to see somebody.
No, it's kind of like my it's get the fuck up.
Yeah,
that's my move.
Is that
get the fuck up.
Get the fuck, mate. If you want to join Brad's gym, it will be opening soon, where he'll be doing all levels of different
get the fuck up moves.
Get the fuck up moves.
The fuck up for beginners.
Yeah, get the fuck up.
Immediate.
Black belt, get the fuck up. All right, there you go.
No, but honestly, it's like, yeah, I don't sweep as such, because I just look to get back to my feet. But there are a few things that I do. Yeah, but I don't really do sweeps, and I find it's quite like in MMA, it's hard to sweep someone.
Hard. I like the butterfly guards, working from that, just because when you got them elevated and they can't do anything about it,
but nowadays,
they know it.
But most people nowadays have really good balance. No. You'd never butterfly sweep with me, mate.
Should we do it? We've got a camera here, mate. We've got a
we
camera.
Can try, mate.
Favorite guard pass? You got a favorite guard pass?
Guard pass. You know, obviously, yeah. Again, it's different for MMA to submission grappling and all that sort of stuff. In MMA, to pass someone's guard is punch them hard in the face and they open their guard. Yeah. So that's why now I'm transitioning.
So you can learn that as well.
Yeah,
punch someone hard and open their guard pass.
But that's what I'm learning now. While I'm in someone's guard now, a bit different to being like in MMA. Because MMA, I'm happy to stay in someone's guard and punch them all day long. But in submission grappling, I have to learn to pass a little more. It's not a favourite guard, but
pressure pass, or how do you work it?
I try and break their legs, you know. Yeah. So it all depends. Obviously, put my hands down.
Posture. Do your thing. Yeah. Push on the knee.
This is not a favourite one, but if I pass, is this guy going to be reporting back to?
Wait a second. His name's Phil Harris. That's
Phil Harris. Okay, yeah, well, yeah. I tell him exactly what I'm going to do.
And favourite submission. Come on, favourite submission. Mine's the head and arm Bryangle that you helped. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? The Bryangle that you helped perfect in Rostov with me, and is effective.
For me, I've got a number of submissions. I've got quite a few leg locks now up my sleeve, which I like doing now. It's kind of
leg locks up your sleeve.
Yeah,
leg locks up. No, you're wizard.
I've got a few. Yeah, I like a few different leg locks now and stuff. But I'd say one of my favourite ones is a Brad scene. That's like a guillotine, but
with Brad's, but with his breath down your neck.
See what I
nice, I love it.
Yeah. And also like an arm triangle, the one I taught you that you called it the
Bryangle. It's now mine, mate. So this is Rico Riley again. Thank you very much for listening, mate. Who do you think Frank Mir will fight next? Now he's been granted his release from the UFC. And he also asked about the Mayweather press conference, but we've covered that. He wants Fedor. That's the fight he wants. But whether he'll get that or not,
I don't know if Fedor will fight.
No. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Sure. He's got a lot of options. I doubt it on ACB. Bellator, maybe. ACB have got matching rights to any offers that come in. So that's interesting. So we'll see. But when you look at the heavyweight division, it's like the lighter weight classes, there's so much talent, there's so much depth. But when you get to that top level, so I think he's after big names. We'll find out. I think he's got some. Hopefully, we'll have some news in the next couple of weeks. What else have we got here? Let's see. Where's your one, mate? There we go. Here we are. Let's ask a couple more of these, but then we'll have to get straight on. Look at this, mate. We're already smashing the time. So, if Manuel and this is from Con Ricard. If Manuel and Jones win on the 29th, would you book that fight next, or would you do the rematch with Gustafsson?
Well, if Manuel wins his fight, I see him as the number one contender.
Really?
Yeah, I do. You know, and also that's why they're on the same card, really, to try and to kind of build that fight. So if he wins impressively, yeah, I'll give Manuel. Also, even though John Jones versus Gustafsson was a crazy good fight.
Yep.
I'd love to see that again. Sometimes it's nice to see a new fight, and obviously with Manuel and Gustafsson being training partners, they'll never fight each other anyway. So it'd be good to see Manuel get a shot.
Somebody new going in there. Let's
English as well.
Let's move on then, because we're running out of time. Sorry, we've got other listener questions in there, but what we will do, because we're trying to keep these to about an hour long now, what we're going to do is we'll add them to next week's one, and if we've got extra long questions, we'll just do a bigger segment for listener questions. So last week, mate, you put in an upsettingly good showing in Shenanigans, okay? So what I've had to do now, get off, don't look, mate, don't look. So I've had to up my game, all right, to try and do this. So I will give you 4, as you did 4 news stories. 2 of them are made up shenanigans. 2 of them are absolutely true. If this is we're starting from scratch. So you were 1-1. We're 1-1 last week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got to try now, because we're going week to week. We're going to do a little score chart, and then we'll let you decide what the forfeit should be. So I actually thought of a forfeit.
How many weeks though?
Well, I thought of a forfeit. If we do it for a lot of weeks, we're not allowed to cut our hair, and we've got to get cornrows. We've got to walk around with cornrows for a month.
Mate, I'd rather eat dog tail.
So that's the other forfeit. So shenanigans. The first one is a man who worked in a crematorium in a morgue was created when he fell asleep at work.
What's that? A man
who worked in a morgue was
cremated.
Accidentally cremated when he fell asleep at work. So they mistook him for a dead body. 1. Number 2. A petition to teach American children that the Earth is flat has reached 500,000 signatures.
Start again.
So a petition to teach American children that the Earth is flat has reached 500,000 signatures. Do you know about the flat Earth theory?
Yeah.
So there's a petition to teach them that the Earth is flat. A couple in This is 3. You ready for number 3?
Well, I'm just trying to get over the last one.
Okay.
That's retarded.
Third one. A couple in Tennessee are suing the widow they bought a house of because they believe the house is haunted by her dead husband.
What's that one again?
So, I love shenanigans. A couple in Tennessee are suing the widow of a couple in Tennessee are suing the widow they bought a house of because they believe the house is haunted by her dead husband. Okay?
Okay.
And number 4. The hunt in New Zealand, the hunt for the phantom pooper is on, as a man is pooping in toilets in DIY stores that aren't plumbed in.
Okay.
So we have.
Oh, I've already got one easy one.
Okay.
I know you're buying. You made up the pooping one yourself. I see. So I've got that one. That's made up.
Okay, so then you got to choose for the next years. The man who worked at the morgue fell asleep and was cremated.
Okay.
A petition to teach American children.
Right. The morgue one's fake as well.
Okay.
I reckon the 2 that are actually real is the petition. I can see people in America thinking that's right, and then the other one sue, because in America you get sued for people trying to sue people for everything. So I think this week, Brian, you have been smashed.
Oh, you're such an idiot. Right. Okay.
That face there means I have smashed him.
Well, the hunt for the phantom pooper is a true story.
What?
Yes, come on. Good on you, New Zealand. The phantom pooper. This is absolutely true. I think it's the New Zealand Herald have reported this.
How could you
The hunt for the DIY store pooper. Angry people in New Zealand are upset that somebody's going around their DIY stores and pooping.
It's not as if something you do quickly. It's like you're shit.
Mate, you just shat yourself in 2 seconds at the start of this podcast, so maybe you can knock it out as quick as you. So a petition to teach American children that the earth is flat has reached 500,000 signatures. Shenanigans. Okay. So the man who worked at a morgue, cremated when he fell asleep at work. True. Come on, 2 for 2. Yes. Oh my God, smashed. Absolutely true. There's a bloke fell asleep. Let me find out. Yeah, look at this. You all right, babe? You all right? You all right? Let's see this. Here he is. Morgue employee cremated by mistake while taking a nap. In Beaumont, Texas, an employee of Jefferson County Morgue died this morning after accidentally being cremated by one of his co-workers when he mistook him for a dead body. So 2 for 2, meaning the couple in Tennessee suing the widow is absolutely made up. 2 shenanigans that you can stick right up your scruffy, horrible arsehole. And that's it, mate. It's the turning of the tide. I told you I was bringing a better game this week. I told you. How'd you feel?
Violated.
Huh?
Violated.
So what we're going to do now, after I've just smashed him, we've got to do our world record attempt.
I'm deflated now.
And it's what we're going to need now is some setting up. So what we'll do again is we're going to switch where the camera is, because this is not a world record. I'm not going to make you eat stuff. I know you're preparing for a battle, okay? So I'm not doing that. I'm going to do something which is actually going to help you get ready for this intense submission grappling, get your cardio going, and you are going to attempt the world record for most times to jump in and out of your underpants in 1 minute.
What?
We'll see you in a minute. Here we are. This is me kneeling down near a half naked Brad Pickett. Look at that. It's beautiful. So it's actually not a minute you got to do this for, mate. It's can't just turn around as you span. I didn't need to see that. It's 30 seconds. So what we're going to do is I'll press the timer. 30 seconds. What he's got to do is jump in and out of his underwear, his patriotic underwear. Look at that. This is underwear. Get him up and down. The record is held by an Italian Adonis, which is 14 in 30 seconds. So basically that's 1 every 2 seconds, mate, if you can do that. You got that? Easy, no worries. This is the stopwatch, 30 seconds we've got. So are you ready? 30 seconds starting now. 1. 2. 10 seconds gone. 3. I heard something rip then. Was that 4. Time. I'm stopping it there. 4. So there you go. Come here, mate. Come here. That's it. You haven't broken that world record. 4 in 31 seconds, 75. So look, for more of this sort of antics, step back a bit so we can see you properly. You've ripped your patriotic pants. So for more of this, to see us do this, we will join us on the podcast next week. We'll be back. I'll be in Turkey, ACB. Check out ACB 65. Tickets just 20 quid, Sheffield Arena. Thiago Silva's fighting on that card. Brendan Loughnane, Bam Pat Healy. I'm out of breath, and how am I out of breath? I did have to dodge your ass coming at me. So check that out, and yeah, keep listening to the podcast. Shove us some reviews. Send in your questions for more of this. This is what you can get. Check us out on YouTube as well, because then you can see the full effect. You got any message before we disappear?
Hard work.
This is our life.